The dust has settled on the Rugby World Cup. The emotions have largely subsided. South Africa are the kings of the rugby world for the next 4 years. But what exactly did the All Blacks learn from this campaign? We've had enough time to digest it now, cry it out, hug it out. Let's get into the 3 lessons the All Blacks need to take into 2027 to win it all next time. Take the 3s, boys. I am talking about drop goals. It is time for New Zealanders to embrace the art of the drop goal. And look, they can be an incredibly effective tool. When George Ford led a 14-man England to crush Argentina in the pool, I thought that was one of the most impressive displays I've ever seen. It was total tight 5 domination allied with a goal kicker who just couldn't miss. But don't forget what turned the tide. It was 3 drop goals snapped back to back. Now listen, Kiwis are not going to be all about the drop goal. We play attacking rugby. It is in our DNA. So let's not catastrophize this and think that we're going to start playing 10-man rugby and be unable to score tries if we rediscover our love of the drop goal. No, but we need it in our arsenal. It was why we couldn't get over the French in the 2007 quarterfinal. And if you look back at the Rugby World Cup final 2023, it's actually not the missed conversion and the missed penalty in the last 20 minutes that really stings. It's the fact that the All Blacks were able to muscle their way into the South African 22, but they didn't have Richie Mo'unga waiting in the pocket to try and slot a drop goal. Had they done that, we might have different world champions now. But probably not. The Springboks deserved it. The dirty All Blacks need to become a nice, clean team like the Springboks. Okay, my tongue's a little bit in cheek there. The Springboks did, of course, have 2 yellow cards in the Rugby World Cup final. However, if you look at the disciplinary records of the 2 teams over the last few months, it's clear that the Springboks are superior. The All Blacks have gone through a naughty boy phase. And I said this in my wrap-up of the Rugby World Cup final. Ultimately, ill discipline was the Achilles heel that snapped and probably did cost us the World Cup. Now, are we a fundamentally dirty team? Of course not. But perception is reality at the top level in rugby. And the All Blacks have picked up an unfortunate reputation as the bad boys of world rugby. Now, this actually happened to the Springboks in the 2000s, which is why I have a bit of a wry smile as I talk about this. It seemed that the Boks were perceived as a dirty team. Now, do I think that the players individually were bad, that they were more likely to indulge in a bit of foul play, argy-bargy? Not really. But it was one of those things where if it was a 50-50 call, it started to go against South Africa. A yellow card would become a red. A penalty would become a yellow card. That has started to happen to the All Blacks. Now, the captain in waiting, Scott Barrett, definitely needs to tidy up his game. But I don't think there is something fundamentally wrong with this team. I think this is just an example of a mind virus that has spread through the All Blacks, and it will pass. It can also compound in a positive direction. You look at the Irish. They have a reputation for being the squeaky clean good boys of rugby. That wasn't always the case, but they really got to roll on with their discipline. If we can get rid of the cards and improve our discipline in 2027, we might go that one step further. Now, when we talk about discipline, there are 2 sides to the coin. There's foul play and there's accuracy. Of course, everybody talked about the red card, but I'd encourage you to look at the accuracy stats, namely accuracy at the breakdown. The All Blacks turned over the ball somewhere in the vicinity of 19 times against the Springboks in that World Cup final. And as much as it hurts to think about it, I would encourage you to consider that that statistic was actually much more telling in the final outcome than even Sam Cane's red card. Lastly, it's time for a cultural revolution in the All Blacks. When I heard the captain Siya Kolisi speaking in his post-game interviews during the World Cup, I teared up. Now, I must admit, I have a very strong emotional connection to South Africa. I made my first documentary film there. I've spent about 6 months of my life there, traveled there 7 times. It's one of my favorite countries in the world. It's a beautiful place, but we all know it's a place that has a lot of problems. And Kolisi felt that he had to be an ambassador for his country, put it forward on the world stage in a positive light, and provide an example for his countrymen of what can happen when everybody works together. It's beautiful. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it right now. And as I saw Kolisi giving these interviews, and I'm welling up, I'm thinking, these guys are playing for a higher purpose than any other team in the tournament. And I do think that was the case. You look at the scenes of jubilation when the Springboks got back to South Africa. This meant so much more than just winning a sporting tournament. This was a moment of social cohesion. This was a metaphor for what South Africans can do if they all pull together. Beautiful stuff. Reminds me of 1995 all over again. So it's not as though the All Blacks have the burden of pulling together these disparate strands of society. But I do believe the All Blacks need a deeper narrative to hang their identity on. I'd ask you to cast your mind back to 2005 when the All Blacks under Graham Henry unveiled their new haka, Kapa Apango. Of course, it was against the Springboks. Now, they created this haka to represent the multiculturalism in their team. Maori, Polynesian, European, all coming together with a common purpose. Beautiful. I loved it. They were playing with a deeper sense of meaning. And I think it might just be time for the All Blacks to rediscover who they really are and what they're playing for. Enter Razor Robertson. We have a new coach, and it's not just the new coaching staff and the new player personnel he's going to bring in. He's going to bring in a fresh vision for this team. And I think it's timely. I actually think the first year of his tenure is going to be really difficult. There is a hellacious schedule waiting for the All Blacks. But I think over the next few years, if he can help instill in the team a sense of identity and purpose, that might be the factor that lifts them one rung higher and gets the Webb Ellis Trophy back in New Zealand in 2027. I'd like to give a shout out to all the new subscribers I picked up after my Rugby World Cup analysis. It meant the world to me, and I just want to say to the South African fans, you guys are pure class. The comments that you left, the love, the support for both the All Blacks and New Zealanders as a whole was absolutely heartwarming. It made me feel so much better after that final. So I really appreciate that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be back with some more rugby analysis and news very soon. Take it easy, guys. Bye for now. Whoosh.